wave them high. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Red Elephant Art Club. I have a really fun project that we're going to do today. It's all been inspired by this beautiful book. It's called The Scarecrow by Beth Ferry. And it's all about this scarecrow who everybody knows, all the animals know to be scared of the scarecrow, except baby crow. And it's all about how the scarecrow helped this baby crow through the winter. It's a beautiful story, and so I hope you have a chance to read it. If not, Miss Carrie will be reading it, and you can hear it on our YouTube video on this side, okay, if you look it up. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we got a fun project. It's going to be a mixed media, and that means that we're going to use different types of paints. And sometimes it's different types of other art material, but this time it's going to be different types of paint. We're going to use acrylic paint and watercolor paint, all right, and some different techniques. So I'm really excited to show you what we're going to do with this. So get started. You're going to need some acrylic paints. We're going to work with primary colors, so that means red, yellow, and blue acrylic paint. And then we're going to have some fun with some watercolors. You're going to need some green, yellow, and orange, and then some blue and purple for the sky. All right. You're also going to need some paint brushes. Now, to get a different variety, definitely going to need a wide one and a medium one, maybe even a smaller one. And you're going to need some water. You're going to need a black oil pastel or a black crayon, but black oil pastel will work better. And you're also going to need a fork. We're going to do something fun with this. Just a disposable fork will work. If you don't have one, you can just use a regular fork and you wash it afterwards. But if you have a plastic disposable fork, that would be good. Okay, so gather up your things, and I will too, and I will see you in just a couple minutes. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, girls. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Natalie and Paula and Tiffany. I'm excited about doing this project. I want to make sure that you have all your supplies for the kids. You're going to need your acrylic paint. We're going to use the primary colors, blue, red, and yellow. All right. And then we're also going to need watercolors. All right. So we're going to make a meadow, and we're going to use green, yellow, and orange watercolors for the meadow, and our blue and purple for the sky. Okay, we're going to need all the kids are going to need some paint brushes. I'd give them, make sure they have a wide paintbrush and a medium, a couple small ones like this. All right, going to need either a black crayon or a black oil pastel. I prefer to use the oil pastel. It works better. So make sure everybody has one of those. And then we're going to need, of course, some water. And then we're going to need a disposable fork, or any kind of fork will do. But if you get a disposable fork, you can just toss it afterwards. Okay, and I found that if you use a paper plate for this project, it'd be easier too when we go to use the fork. Okay, so going to have, maybe you can just have a few paper plates handy. All right, so let's see, I think we can get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the scarecrow. All right, so you need to have your paper vertical like this. This is called portrait style. And we're going to get started. And we're going to put the scarecrow right here in the middle. So I want you to find the middle of your paper, about right here, towards the top, but not too close to the top, because we want to leave enough room for the sky. All right, and we don't want to make his head too big. We're going to make a U, make it kind of medium size like this. Right there towards the middle of the paper. All right, and then we're going to make his arms. The scarecrow's not going to have a neck, so you're going to just kind of maybe draw a line there so you know where to go, and just draw along straight there. And you can do the same thing on the other side. All right, and then the other part of his arm, you're going to come straight down about 2 fingers away, and you're going to go straight across there. And do the same thing on the other side, and then close the shirt up. Okay. All right, now to make his legs, we're going to go at an angle, because we're going to have a pull going up his back. So just find where you kind of want to stop and put a dot so you know where to go. You're going to put your oil pastel right here on the edge of the arm here, and it goes straight down. Okay, and then you do the same thing over here, kind of at an angle, and just goes from here, go straight down to there. Okay, now we're going to do the inside of his legs. So find the middle, down here about there, put a dot there, and you're going to come right down here about there for his pant legs. And then you can do the same thing over here, and then just close his pant legs up. All right. All right, now we're going to draw his hat. And all you do is go, you're going to draw a straight line from here to here, go straight across from here to here. All right, that's the brim of his hat. You're going to make a little line like this and a little line like this on either side. And then I want you to go from here to here, like this. And then I want you to come up here, draw a line there, and a line like this. And you go straight across like that. And then you can go right here in the middle, draw another line like that. And there is his hat. All right. Now we're going to make a pole going down. This is like a stick that holds him up. And all you do is go from about right here and go straight down. And then about right here and go straight down. And then make some curly things going like this so it looks like it's wood. All right. Now it's time to, you can put anything on you want, like pants or even a dress if you want, I suppose. We're going to make overalls though, or I am. And so here's the suspender. So I'm going to draw a line here and another line here, and then another line here and another line here. And those are his suspenders. And then I'm going to close it like that. Then I'll put a little dot right here for a button. Okay. I'm trying to get some paper off of this oil pastel because I need more. There we go. Okay, so now to make it look like suspenders, I'm going to go like this, make it like a little small U, like that. It's holding up his pants. Okay, let's put some patches on the overalls because most people that dress their Scarecrow use their old clothes. And so I imagine they could be all patched up already and ready to be thrown out. So let's just put some patches on like this. And then like they're stitched on. Then I'm going to put another one. I'm going to put a heart down here and a couple stitches. And then maybe another here. You can put on as many as you want or none at all if you want. There's mine. All right. Now we're going to go up here and we're going to do the Scarecrow's face. And he's going to have two button eyes. So I'm just going to make a great big circle right here and just color it in. Like that. And I'm going to give him a triangle nose. And my Scarecrow is going to be happy. So I'm going to give a great big smile here and some stitches that's been sewn on. All right. Okay, the next thing to do, I'm going to make my shirt, make it look flannel. And the way you can do that is just draw some lines like this. Draw some lines on his shirt. Okay, now we also need to add some straw. And so what you do is draw a little dot here, and I want you to come out like this. So it's kind of coming all from this same point, like it's been stuffed in the shirt, like that. And we're going to do the same thing down here at the bottom of his feet. Cause some straw, because he's been stuffed with straw. How many of you seen a Scarecrow? We're going to do the same thing for this hat. We've stuffed his hat to come up here. Kind of come from the same spot. Go back up to the same spot you came from and go like that. And then I think I'm going to add just a few coming out of his hat. Okay. You know, actually, I don't think I've really ever seen a real scarecrow, at least not, maybe once or twice, but not very often. I see a lot of them in the stores, the one we decorate with, but we don't see too many scarecrows anymore. They used to always keep them on the farm to scare the birds away from their farm plants, all their things, the vegetables and stuff they were growing. Okay, the next thing we want to do is I'm going to make a pumpkin. So we've done this before. You just draw a line, and then you go over here in this circle, and go around this way, go again, and again, again, and again, and then you put the top on. And then I'm going to make some. Okay, you remember when we did that before? We've done this a couple times. Okay, then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put another one, but I'm going to make it a lot smaller. Go around like this. Go over here again. Go around this way. Go this way. Go this way. And one more time. And then put the stem on. And I'm just going to put some vines going around. There's a pumpkin. Couple pumpkins. Okay, now we're going to make the background, the meadow. And we're going to make some hills going behind him. So just somewhere up here, I want you just to kind of make a rolling hill. And then you need to act like it's continuing without going through the scarecrow. And then we can make another one up here, and then down here, like that. A couple of rolling hills in the back. All right? Okay, there we go. All right. Are we about ready to paint? I think so. Okay, I think actually I'm going to just kind of go like this so we can, like some weeds around the pole too. Okay, you ever see that? Okay, it's time to paint. And we're going to start with our acrylic paint first. So you need to have like maybe your medium-sized brush, a smaller brush. Get it wet. Not dripping wet, but at least get it wet so it's not a dry brush. And then stick it in your blue paint. You can actually choose any color you want, but I'm going to use blue to paint my overalls. Okay, and then just try to stay in the lines in between the patches you painted on. We probably want to paint those a different color. And then just paint your whole overalls. All right, just go ahead and paint that, and then be thinking about what color you might want to paint your shirt. We'll paint the shirt next. I think I'm going to paint mine red, but you can paint it any color you wish. Okay. All right. Make sure you kind of keep your brush wet. See how that's dry now? See that? Just get your paintbrush wet, and then it'll go on smooth again. All right, and then just kind of go on the line here, so staying in the lines. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to also paint my suspenders right here. I'm going to go ahead and paint those. I didn't worry about trying to go around the buttons. It still shows through because of it being black. I think it'll be all right. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to rinse my paintbrush off. Make sure you keep your paintbrush clean. And if you have a rag or a towel, you can make sure you dry your paintbrush. Make sure you have a clean brush. Now I'm going to get my paintbrush wet again, and I'm going to get some red on my paintbrush. And then I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to paint my shirt. Okay. There we go. All right, the next thing we're going to do is going to paint the hat. And this is where we're going to mix some colors. Does everybody know what color? How you make orange? If you mix a little bit of red with some of your yellow, you will get orange. If you put too much red, because red is the dominant color, it will be a really dark orange and maybe even still look red. So you need to actually have your yellow first and add your red to it a little bit at a time to get the color you want. Okay, so there is my orange hat. Okay, I'm going to rinse my brush off again. And now I'm going to trade brushes and get a smaller paintbrush because now I'm going to go paint in smaller areas. So I'm going to use a smaller paintbrush. I think I'll use a little bit of red. I'm going to paint his nose red, rinse my paintbrush off again, and I think I'm going to use some yellow to paint one of these patches. There's that one. Now I think I'll paint this one red, the heart red. Whoops, got a little bit too much, but that's all right. I'll smooth it around. Okay, rinse my paintbrush off again. Then I will use orange to do my last pocket. Okay, and since we're working with orange, I think I'll go ahead and paint my pumpkin since I have orange on my brush already. So I'm going to come over here and paint my pumpkin. Remember, if I ever go too fast, you can put me on pause and just get caught up. I kind of go fast because I don't want the video to be too long, because then it takes a long time to download too. Okay, this one's probably going to be longer than I normally do, just because there's a lot of painting to do. Okay, there we go. Here we are. Okay, there's my pumpkins. Okay, rinse my brush off. Now, pink. If I add a little bit of yellow up here and put a tiny bit of blue, what color will I get? I get green. And I think I'll use the green to do my stems. I needed it to be a little darker. That looked too yellow. Okay, and then I'm just going to go like this and go around. Go around like that because I want a green to be in my picture. All right. Okay, now since I have green on my, oh, let's see, I think I'm going to paint, I think I forgot to paint up here. I think I'm going to use blue. I'm going to put blue up here on my hat. Here we go. All right. Now we need to paint this color here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use some blue and orange together and mix it up. And it's not like a real good brown, but it's brown enough for me. And I'm going to go like this, and I'm just going to paint. Oops, that's okay. Uh-oh, I got a little bit of splatter. That's okay, I'll just wipe it off. Okay, it's kind of more like a gray, but anyway, it'll work. Just needed to kind of be a lot darker than, there we go, there's my stick. Okay, so we're gonna wait to do his face. We're gonna use watercolor to do his face, but we are going to move on to do the background. Okay, I'm gonna rinse my brushes out. I'm gonna go change my water to clean water. You guys can do the same, so I'm gonna put this on pause and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do now is the background here. So the meadow is going to be some different colors because of the fall. You know, all the green meadows turn like a brown and orange colors. So we're going to use a little bit of green and orange and yellow for our meadows, but we're not going to have them blend all together because you'll just have a muddy mess. So it'll be nice to be able to actually just add a little bit at a time like this. And I want you to get some water on your paintbrush like this and then just kind of outline around here at the top, and then just come back and just paint with water, and then occasionally just add a little bit of a different color to it. See how that is? Just like this. And then I want you to come over here and outline this. And then you can add some more water. And we don't want it to all blend together. We want it to kind of flow with different colors, because in autumn time, that's what we see. We see lots of different pretty colors. We see orange and greens, because all the greens are actually turning brown and orange in color. So we are just going to do the same thing with this and just kind of play with it like this and bring all these beautiful colors onto our paper. Okay. Okay, just go like this and just kind of, don't worry about, hopefully your other paint is dry like mine is, and it will just, you won't have to worry about it. You can just paint right over the top. Okay, and just go around it, then add some more water. You want to have more water than you do paint, okay? And then I'm going to add a little bit more green down here. Matter of fact, if I mix these two together, I might even have a pretty green. Okay, just kind of play with it till you like it. If it feels too dry, add water to it. Okay, I'm going to put more green around the bottom than I do at the top of my paper. Okay. Just like this. Wouldn't fuss with it too much. Just kind of lay it on. Add a lot of more water to it. Make sure if you're working with the kids that they're not using the paint directly on the paper, that they're adding lots of water to it as well. Remember, it needs to have more water than paint with watercolors. Okay. I'm just going to go like this and paint the whole background. Just like this. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing. Don't do the top because that's going to be our sky. I think I need a little bit more yellow. Okay, just have fun with it. Just let them just kind of lay it on and then lay some on and then add some water. Okay. All right. Just kind of like that. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and do the sky. We still have several things we need to do, like his face, and we're going to use that fork technique. Okay, I'm going to turn my paper around like this a little bit. You may want to do the same, just so it's easier for me to do the sky. And I'm just going to lay some water here. I'm going to put water. I'm going to paint water on water with watercolors because I like the way it looks when we do the sky that way. And see, if you lay your water down first, the paint will only go where the water is. Okay, and I'm going to lay some water down. You don't want to do too large of an area because if you do, it will just dry. The water will dry before you get to it. You don't want to add too much water where it gets into puddles, like there's quite a bit of puddle there. So I'm going to move it around. Just move the water around, but it goes on so quick and fast. You can make painting quite quickly. See, I'm already done. All right. There's my sky. All right. All right, there we go. We're going to let that dry for a second while we work on something else. Okay, so now we're going to come back over here, and you're going to need your small paintbrush, the smallest one. And this one here, I want us to use, a little bit. You can use the watercolors. So I want to use yellow, but I want it a little bit of orange mixed in there. So like a orangey yellow, but maybe more yellow than orange. All right. I kind of like using that ochre paint color, so it kind of is brown, but I didn't ask for you to get it out, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to just try to mix it with this. Okay. See if I can get the color I want. Hopefully I get the color I want. And just kind of play with it, but then come back over here and just paint your face. Okay. And the reason I decided to use watercolors to do the face is because I want it more translucent so you can actually see the smile and everything. And if you use the acrylic paint, you'll see it covers up that a lot. So this is more of a translucent thing. Okay, there we go. All right, not exactly the color I want it. Matter of fact, since I did that, I think that I'm going to come back. So you can go back and fix things. I think I don't like the yellow right up against the yellow, so I am going to change this to be more green. Okay. All right. That way you can see it better. And encourage the kids to fix it if they not really happy with it. To stand back and look at your painting and see if there's something you want to do to make it look different or how you may like it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how we're going to use the fork. Okay, so now you need some acrylic paint, yellow acrylic paint, and a plate. And I want you to put some acrylic paint right here in the middle, like that. Like that, just some acrylic paint in there. And then you're going to go like this and you're going to get some paint on the fork, all right? And then you're going to come over here and you're going to press down like this. And don't worry, we're going to get it off of the shirt, so don't worry. And then do it over here. We're not really going to get it off. We're just going to fix it, okay? And maybe put like 3 things. I think it looks more like straw. And I like the way it looks. So I need some more paint. Okay, so I had to put some more paint on because it's coming on real thick, so it might need a lot of paint. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to go down here. There we go. Now we're going to do the hair too. Whoops. Okay. Like that. I like that. Okay, so you can just kind of play with it however you want to do it. Okay, like that. Okay, so now set that aside, and you can see that how it got on the shirt. Just come back and get some more of your red acrylic paint, and then just go over the top of it like this to fix it. And it'll smooth right in. Okay, just like that. And see, we did the same thing with the blue down here. So just get some blue, and then you can come back and you can fix it. It turns kind of green, I noticed. If you wait till it dries, it wouldn't, but you know, we're not going to wait. We're just going to try to fix it right now. I just might need to get some more blue or blend that green in a little bit more. Anyway, I thought that was kind of a fun technique, so I wanted to share that with you. Anyway, that is it. I hope you really enjoyed this project. Make sure you sign your paper right down here at the end, just like that. Okay, and if you like this project, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Please take a picture of your paintings and post it to our Red Elephant Art Gallery. I would love to see your paintings. I hope you had fun doing this project. I sure did. Okay, everyone. Till next time. Bye-bye.